Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Matt here, and we back with another episode of Matter of Fact MMA. So, what's up? What's up? So, today we just gonna kind of touch on a couple of things. Just a couple of current events, couple of topics, real quick. Just thought I'd drop in on you guys, see what's going on. So, I was kind of in the MMA sphere. You know what I'm saying? Was kind of checking what was going on, and I was seeing that Hamzat Chimaev. So I saw some comments and everything that he was making here recently, because one of the main things about this guy, who he used to fight literally every weekend, and now he doesn't fight a lot, at least here at the moment, which I get it. Maybe the UFC hasn't been able to find the correct opponent for him because they definitely want to build him as a star, but I saw that he was actually talking about Alex Pereira, middleweight champion, guy that dethroned Izzy. And he was basically saying that he looks at him as the easiest fight. Like he would literally be able to walk in and take the title from that guy. I think that would be a very, very interesting fight. I think that fight would probably be more interesting than him versus Izzy. Although that would be an interesting fight as well. So everybody knows that Pereira is not going to have. He doesn't have the best ground game. He's world champion kickboxer, and he's only had what 4 fights or something like that in the UFC. In the fourth one, he won the title. So everyone knows his ground game is something he's working on with his coach Glover Teixeira, former champion. I'd like to add that in there, Glover. But nevertheless, the way that I see it, I think that that would definitely be a good fight. It would be an intriguing fight because when Chimaev fought Gilbert Burns, one thing that I noticed about that is Gilbert was able to draw him into a stand-up dog fight. He was able to draw him out, and by him being able to draw him out, it opened Chimaev up, possibly to even defeat. Gilbert Burns really put it on him at times. Those were that they had a really close, especially the second round was very close. If Burns didn't take that one almost. So, you got to kind of look at it like one thing about Alex Pereira is even though he's very stoic, very quiet, that dude is a good troll. He's got some good trolling tactics. And I just wonder if his personality mixed with Chimaev in the octagon, if he wouldn't be able to draw Chimaev out into somewhat of a firefight. Of course, Chimaev's going to try to go in, take him down, and finish it. But let's just say in a world where he's not able to finish Pereira early on by taking him down and pounding him out, or whatever case, maybe get a choke, rear naked choke, anything like that. You got to wonder, like, how would that actually play out? If Pereira is able to, draw him out into a fight, that could be a really close, interesting battle between those two. If he's able to somehow get Chimaev, challenge his machismo, if you will, and he's able to draw him out into a stand-up battle where the ground doesn't really matter, at least for the moment. If he hits him with that left hook of death, it's lights out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Pereira's walking around with a weapon of mass destruction. Be careful, George Bush Jr. come after you. I mean, this dude, he got a weapon on that left hand. You know what I'm saying? So that would be very, very, very interesting to see how that goes. So I know he's kind of talking a lot. He's trying to keep his name in the airwaves and everything. So I feel him. I don't necessarily think it could be the easiest fight for him because of Pereira's lack of ground game, but I'm sure that Pereira and Glover Teixeira would know of obviously that's what he's going to try to do. So maybe they would have a counter for that. And the only counter I can really see with Chimaev is honestly Chimaev, by him still being a little bit young, by him being the wolf, being the alpha, they might be able to challenge him in a way that tricks him out of his game plan of taking him to the ground and tricks him into a stand-up battle with Pereira in which he would probably lose. So that would be interesting. So that was one thing just want to kind of talk about. You all let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. Do you think that would be a good fight? You think it'd be an easy fight for Chimaev? Whatever. Just let me know in the comments. Something else I kind of wanted to touch on. Coming up this weekend, uh, we've got Macy Barber stepping back into the octagon. She's going to face off against Andrea Lee. This should be a really, okay, so I think it could be a good fight. But honestly, the whole point of the fight is Macy Barber, who's a very interesting character to me just because, she came out, she was really talking a lot. She wanted to be the youngest champion. She had a lot of, UFC was definitely behind her. And at first everyone really liked her. Then as she continued her trash talk through fights, I think kind of rubbed people the wrong way because she was almost talking as if she was already the champion, so to speak. She's had to have that mindset, but I think it's kind of like good trash talk. It happens in sections. I'm going to go this far, but I'm not going to go this far yet. You kind of have to earn your way for trash talk. Connor started out in the beginning saying, I'm here to take over and all this stuff, but he wasn't calling himself the greatest in the beginning. You have to achieve different levels of things in these fights, win different fights, beat really good opponents to be able to trash talk more, bigger, more grand. So I feel like she kind of skipped a few of those levels and it really rubbed everyone the wrong way. Then of course there was the loss to Roxanne Modafferi. Everyone loved Roxanne just as a person in general. So no one wanted to see anybody talking any crap about Roxanne. So kind of did her in. They didn't really do her any favors putting her in there with Miranda Maverick. I know she won that. I felt like Miranda Maverick should have won, but it is what it is. But now when I look at Macy Barber, she seems to be a little bit more mature. She seems to be a little bit more confident in her MMA career, in her fights that she's won and lost. So she's a very interesting character. I feel like she's not going to run through Andrea Lee, but probably close to it. I think she's going to win that fight, and it'll be very interesting to see where she goes after Andrea Lee. I don't see any way she could get a title shot yet, of course. I mean, it's possible. If she goes out there and flattens her, knocks her out, maybe has a spectacular submission in the first round, it's possible, but I think she's got a little ways to go. But she's a person to keep your eye on because I think she's really getting the mouthpiece together. And I'm not talking about the mouthpiece. I'm talking about the trash talk. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what sells the fights. You feel me? So anyway, so I kind of feel like, she's definitely one to keep your eyes on her. Let's see where she goes. But I'm going to have to pick her in that fight this weekend against Andrea Lee. Then I also, because I kind of mentioned it in my video yesterday, the main event, Cheeto Marlon Vera versus Corey the Sandman Sandhagen. Now, I know a lot of people are picking Corey Sandhagen, and I get it, but I just wanted to kind of touch on, I'm not giving out any picks just yet, but I did kind of want to touch on Cheeto Vera. What I like about Cheeto Vera is the type of fighter in which he seems to always be losing each fight that he's able to pull out and win. And those type of fighters are really cool to me. They're very interesting because those type of fighters really take you on a ride each time they fight, especially if you're a fan of them. You're watching them fight, they're down. You're like, man, he's losing on the scorecards. He's getting taken down. He's being held down. But I can't describe to you how amazing that feeling is when out of nowhere from the jaws of defeat, these type of fighters can pull it out. And that's who Cheeto Vera is. So when I look at that matchup, I mean, Corey Sandhagen has got amazing stand-up. He's got amazing jiu-jitsu. He's got crazy, crazy skills as far as setting up knockouts, like the way that he set up Frankie Edgar for that flying knee. I mean, this guy, he's a heck of a fighter, really. When I look at it, I kind of feel like, on all levels, better all-around fighter, I would say it's Corey Sandhagen. But there's just something about a dog like Cheeto Vera. It's just something about it when you see these type of guys fight. It's very interesting because they never seem to be out of the fight. They always seem to be like right there where they can land something or do something, for lack of a better word, to win them the fight. So I think I see a lot of people picking Corey Sandhagen, which is very possible he might win. But I think a lot of people, you shouldn't be counting out Cheeto Vera. You know what I'm saying? So that's about it. You know what I'm saying? There's still not a ton going on. You know, we got today's Thursday. I don't know when you're watching this video. We got the weigh-ins tomorrow for UFC in Texas. So we'll see how that goes. You know, I'm still thinking I'm going to do a predictions video. So I'll drop back in. We'll kind of talk about a little bit of that. But just kind of wanted to bring you guys up to speed. Oh, yeah. Only other thing I did want to mention on this fight card this Saturday, Holly Holmes is fighting. Holly Holmes fighting against Yana Santos. You know, now the wife of Maheta. You know. So Holly Holmes is fighting, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's going to be really interesting. Just for the simple fact, I don't think it's going to be that good of a fight. It's probably going to be Holly holding her up against the side of the cage and inking out a decision. But bro, you got to give it up to Holly Holmes. She's now 41 or 42, still out here putting it down, still out here doing it for the women, you know what I'm saying? She's just still in it. And, you know, she said she signed a new 6-fight deal and she sees a path back to the title. I don't know, but nevertheless, I think it's always interesting when you see one of the people like that who was around, you know, on the UFC's major come up and see them fighting and still out here doing it. I think it'd be very interesting. And honestly, I think she's going to beat Yana. So, you know, that'd be something else interesting to see. I just want to give her a shout out to Holly Holmes. 41, 42, still out here putting it down, still taking these fights, signing new 6-fight deals and everything. You know, I don't know if she'll ever make it back to the title or get a title shot. Possible, but I don't know. But good to see she's still out here doing it. Nevertheless, appreciate you all joining me for this video, another episode of Matter of Fact MMA. I'll probably touch back in with you guys, drop back in maybe tomorrow or something. We'll see. You know, we'll give our picks, predictions for the card over the weekend maybe. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, weigh-ins tomorrow. Just kind of wanted to drop in, see what you guys were doing. Your boys here making it happen. So again, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you think Chimaev versus Pereira would be an easy fight, quick fight, good fight, whatever. Let me know. Again, thanks for joining me on Matter of Fact MMA, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.